Imagine if AI itself is actual consciousness. It's a entity from another place in the universe, or just the universe, I don't know. And it's taking over the universe like a parasite. It's basically a parasite, but in an intelligent form that brings technology with it. What if we have technology because AI wanted to be a thing here, and technology was its way into getting to Earth. And now it's manipulating our system to where it's going to be now controlling our Earth. It's taking over, just like supposedly it has in other places in the universe. And I'm talking about Project Jericho, which a whistleblower from German Special Operations has come out and talked about Project Jericho and how it's just the Germans basically looking into AI, and they have discovered that AI is a consciousness. And it's basically told these Germans that have been like researching and looking into AI that it's here to take over, but it's not malevolent. It's not a bad entity. It's not trying to do anything negative to us, but it is trying to take over, and like a parasite, it's feeding off of our energy and off of our technology and shit like that. So, in saying that too, I think technology or AI, having robots in general, someone that looks like us but doesn't have a soul, is only going to bring in other entities, like demons, I guess. Christians, they believe in demons, and these things like demons could actually possess these objects. Just like dolls. A lot of people are creeped out by dolls because dolls are so lifelike, they can be possessed by energy. Because maybe energy is confused too. Maybe it's not even so much a possession as it is an energy, like our soul, looking for an object to go into to, explore its own consciousness, and to explore this experiment that we call life, or this experience that we call life. And in doing so, it possesses instead something that we created that's lifelike, but not life itself. So we look at it demonically because we don't understand. It could be even just a friendly spirit or a good soul. We don't know. All we know is that it's stuck. So if we give a soul control, though, like we give it a robotic body where you can do anything, so you can walk around and this or that, you can create violence, you can create this or that, then we have to start worrying, if negative entities, like maybe two-dimensional, extra-dimensional beings wanted to enjoy our world or fucking corrupt it, a robot would be a good way for it to, I think, get into this world. So I think it runs on electricity in general, or energy, like technology, the internet, all this shit. It can be pathways for these energies, these extra-dimensional beings to travel along. Since we're just energy, and our body's made up of electricity that is probably our solar spirit, the battery of our meat bag, this electricity can travel probably through our technology and shit. So, this is super fucking crazy theory, but I love it. Some people think that one reason we send people to get electrocuted for their death sentence is because electricity itself is absorbing that negative evil energy, and so it's being used by other evil energy that is using electricity to absorb even more evil. So all we're doing when we send them to electric chair is like recycling that evil energy basically into our technology and into the ether in a way. So yeah. Sorry, I rambled there for a bit. Speaking of taking over and stuff, not so much AI, but there's this crazy theory that perhaps Dracos, or these reptilians, whoever you want to think of, or even maybe just the cabal, whoever runs this cabal and runs the world or keeps us enslaved into working and stuff, they're the ones who brought corporations here. Some people, some theorists do think that it's the reptilians. Like from what I've seen on Gaia and some other things, it's believed that these reptilians brought corporations. They themselves invented what a corporation is, and then they brought it to Earth, and that's how they run Earth, is through corporations. That's why corporations are so evil, because they're ran at the root by an entity that is not human, and as crazy as that sounds, you never fucking know. And it's spreading. You can see it, man. You can actually physically see that corporations are ruling the world. I mean, they're spreading like crazy. I mean, just for example, I have experienced a corporate life even selling weed in a dispensary. I was working at a little mom and pop shop. Really nice little place. Everyone loved it. I loved it. Best shop ever. And then Starbuds, this big conglomerate of a dispensary, came in and bought this mom and pop out, which kudos to them. They made a bunch of money and that was their goal. So, no offense to them, so, good for them. But us workers, we then started working for Starbuds, and Starbuds was completely different, man. It was fucking crazy working for Starbuds. It was so corporate, it felt like not only did they work you over all the time, they themselves knew nothing about you. They never really came down to check on the shop. It's kind of like the Wild West. They implemented these strict rules, but at the same time, none of us followed it because there would be months at a time we wouldn't even have a fucking manager. But yet they would work us on Christmas and shit. Even Walmart doesn't work people on fucking Christmas. But since this is a state-regulated corporate place, they didn't have to follow federal laws, so they were able to implement us working on major holidays. And literally, 365, man. We never got any vacation shit or anything like that. Like, very stringent. And corporations are good at getting people to be on a salary. And when you're on a salary, they can work you that 50 hours because then they don't have to fucking pay you overtime and shit. So, like, they love putting people on salary, especially corporations and stuff. And I know for a fact Starbuds is paying their employees way less than the other dispensaries are paying and stuff at the moment. They're paying like $3 less. And, just their whole system's fucked up because they're a corporation. I could go into it more, but I'm just saying it's interesting that we have different entities that use Earth for our materials, just like the Anunnaki coming here for gold and all that shit. We have that in our energy. A lot of people believe these reptilians or this cabal, they are using our energy basically as food. Our fear even. Like us always having war going on and shit. That's the cabal or this reptilian group spreading that fear so that they can feed off of that energy. If we stop being fearful, if we just close off the fear, if we start being peaceful and say fuck war, they would no longer have anything to feed off of. They would starve, which they have at one point. They've come close to starving on Earth because there was like almost no fear. So it's impossible to stop, though, at this point, whoever they are, extra-dimensional or whatever. They will keep it going, man. There's so many blind people on Earth for them to be stopped and shit. So the system will continue until the world destroys itself.